My Aquarius friends, how are you? I hope all is well and you are enjoying the change of seasons as much as I am. Today we are going to pull a full moon in Libra reading. This is the pink full moon or blossoming full moon or Paschal full moon or full moon in Libra. But it is all about harmony and balance in our relationships. And yours is, what house was yours in? Your ninth house. So that's in your beliefs and truth. So this full moon is going to really show up in your belief system. And it's going to ask you, because it's asking everyone really to align with their highest self and be authentic, it's really going to take a look at everyone's internal alignment and make sure it matches their outer life. And with it being in your ninth house of beliefs and truth, you need to stop and ask yourself, too many, forgive me. Just please, for Aquarius, please. You need to stop and ask yourself, there we go. Okay. Wow. Okay, Aquarius. Anyways, sorry. You need to stop and ask yourself, everyone is on a path of growth, and you need to ask yourself, do my beliefs match my new growth, where I'm at this point in my life, or am I still thriving and trying to survive on an old belief system? And you can identify one belief that you've been operating from that is clearly limiting your growth, and then replace it with a new daily action or habit or responsibility that reflects where you want to be. And, that could differ for everyone, but just ask yourself, take a look at where you want to be, take a look at your daily activities, your responsibilities, whatever, and ask yourself if there's anything that you can adjust, if there's anything you can eliminate or anything you can add that aligns with where it is you want to be. And that is probably the best thing you could do to harness this full moon's energy. This full moon does run from the 1st through the 17th in the northern hemisphere, the 2nd through the 18th for the southern hemisphere. And I believe it sets the tone kind of for the year as far as our interactions go with, people, places, things, whatever. Because it's the first full moon since the spring equinox. And in my opinion, that is the true start of the year. Now, what came up as where you need balance is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is somebody whose head is in the clouds, somebody who's a big dreamer, somebody who, knows anything is possible and is, free, loving, a dream, that kind of energy. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but too much of it can, everything in balance. So that's where you need balance. Maybe bring your head down into reality a little bit. Maybe you're a lot of your dreams or, a lot of the things that you are envisioning for yourself, are they rooted in reality? I don't know. Only you know. And now, what you need to let go of is this you're trying to make too many things work at once because you got the Two of Pentacles, and that is another card of balance. But if it's what you need to let go of, there's too many things you're trying to balance. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. And maybe that's where the head in the clouds, maybe you think you got it all under control, or maybe you think it's possible. And that's where you need the balancing, because maybe it isn't. Maybe it is too much to do all at once. Maybe something needs to be put on pause or less energy or either way. So what you need to let go of is you've got too much to give all to all of it. Do you know what I'm saying? So somewhere something's falling short because it just, I'm a firm believer in nothing's impossible, but if you want a harmonious and balanced future, I would think about how many things that it is that you are trying to keep up and running smoothly, and maybe assess that, because what you're doing really good at came up as the Judgment. So you're doing really well as far as listening to your higher self. You're paying attention to your intuition, your nudges, all that. That's where you're thriving. So that is what's going to help you bring more balance as well. So keep listening to your gut instincts, your intuition, your dreams, your higher self, your, spirit nudges, whatever it is that you're getting where you just feel, it's you for sure on the right path, doing the right thing. Keep doing that. Keep listening to your intuition, your gut instincts, all that good stuff. But an action that you can take came up as the Devil. And now I don't think this necessarily means, hey, dive headfirst into bad habits and unhealthy relationships. That is not what that's saying. I think an action that you can take is to eliminate, maybe, whether you have some people in your life that don't align with the path you have laid out for yourself. Just because you've known someone a really long time does not mean that you are obligated to keep them in your life forever. I know that's hard sometimes, but we grow, and not everyone necessarily grows along with us. So I don't know if it's a person, if it's a habit, if it's there's something that needs to be eliminated that is unhealthy, whether it's a person, a thing, I don't know. Maybe maybe you drink too much, or maybe you eat too much sugar, or maybe you binge watch TV too much. I don't know. It's just something that's unhealthy, and it's time to release it, because that's an action that you can take to bring balance back into this for you. And a message from your spirit team came up as the Chariot. And to me, that tells that's your spirit team saying, take back control of where it is you are going. You definitely have gotten off course somewhere as far as your future plan for yourself or situation for yourself, whether it's personal. Maybe you've let maybe you let the control of your decision making go in your relationships. Maybe you have been keeping your mouth, not speaking up your piece in work or a relationship or friends or with yourself even. But what Spirit is saying is, you are the Chariot. Be the Chariot. Take control. You take the good and the bad of the situation, and you put it in to where it needs to go. You don't allow one to overpower the other, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, and I know that somehow you got off track, because he is on top of the Chariot, if you can see that. So somewhere he got out of the driver's seat, and now he's on top of the Chariot. But Spirit is saying, get back in the driver's seat, bud, because that's where you belong. you're maybe possibly this devil energy is trying to please other people or doing things for them instead of for yourself. That could also be a possibility. And with your head in the clouds and, trying to let go of too many things to balance, maybe you're trying to balance keeping other people happy and keeping yourself happy. And there's just too many cooks in the kitchen. So I do think that you need to get back in the driver's seat. You need to stop trying to make it work for everyone when you need to concentrate on making it work for you. Now, you can lead by example, but you are not responsible to make things work for other people. They are responsible for themselves. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And you're, leading the horse to water and you're still feeling responsible until he takes a drink. And I hope you understand that analogy. It's going to be different for everyone, so it's hard to not be too specific, but I kind of get the vibe that you are trying to please not only yourself, but everyone else and hold everyone above water. And it's too much. It's way too much to balance. You need to take care of you and then putting yourself first, putting, yourself back in the driver's seat. People can either observe and learn through your actions, or they will have to learn to fly on their own. I mean, every bird has to fly. You can't fly for everyone. Okay, Aquarius, I know that most Aquarius are, just that way in nature, but it's time to pull your energy back into you and let others worry about them. And that's not being selfish. You can't give 100% if you're not at 100%. So we'll pull a moon card and a spiritual awareness card, and that is it, Aquarius. I hope that this full moon in Libra doesn't get too emotionally charged for you. Do remember that full moons are like emotions on steroids. So wow, Aquarius, you got this one last time too. Be responsive, not reactive. If something feels like a really big deal, stop and ask yourself, is this a really big deal in reality or in my imagination or in just in my world? Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes before you make the decision that this is serious, that kind of deal. Okay, Aquarius, you got a new romantic cycle begins, and you got that at the new moon too. So if it has not, and you are looking for romance, Aquarius, it is either on its way around the corner in your life and you don't even know it yet. Somewhere a romantic cycle begins. And if you are already in a relationship, maybe it is a new reigniting, passionate, experience for you and your partner. And then you got affirmation. You listen to yourself and acknowledge your needs. See, what did I say? I mean, your needs, okay? You listen to yourself and you acknowledge your needs. You assert yourself and retain your power. You are brave and gentle. You don't have to be afraid of others. You respect yourself and you are respected by others. I love that for you, Aquarius. That is a beautiful reading. And that is what I have for you. I hope this helps. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, Aquarius. Have a blessed day.